Hey guys, welcome back to my kitchen. This is Peter. Today I'm going to prepare for you a dish called crispy smashed potatoes as opposed to mashed potatoes. If you're like me, potatoes happen to be one of my favorite vegetables. And yes, potatoes are considered a vegetable. Potatoes contain no seeds and they're sold in the fruit and vegetable section of the grocery store. But most importantly, they don't contain a seed, unlike cucumbers and tomatoes, which do contain seeds, so those are actually considered a fruit. Good thing about the potato is that it contains a high amount of vitamin C, and if you leave the skin on, it actually contains more potassium than a banana. I didn't know that until recently. So, on the flip side of that, if prepared with a lot of cheese and butter and fried and vegetable oil, they can also have an adverse effect by raising your cholesterol level and blood pressure and even causing cancer. So what we're going to do is prepare these in a tasty, thoughtful way that's healthy and delicious. So what we're going to do first is boil these. I already have the pot boiling with about a quarter cup of water. I'm gonna let it get to a boil, put these in, and then let them cook for about 25 to 30 minutes. When they get soft, I'm gonna smash them a little bit, season them, and cook them in the oven the rest of the way. I have the oven preheated at 450 right now. So let's get started. All right, so our pot of water has been brought to a boil. It has 1/4 cup of salt already added. And I have, like I said, 2 pounds of Yukon Gold potatoes. So what I'm gonna do is just add these in. And I'm going to set the timer for 30 minutes, cover these partially, and then we can start on our garlic butter sauce. Here I have 4 cloves of minced garlic, about a tablespoon of chopped up Italian parsley, and about, 2 or 3 tablespoons of grated Parmesan cheese. Okay, so I've melted half a stick of butter, let it get cool. Now I'm going to take my parsley and my garlic and mix this all together. So after I smash my potatoes lightly, I'm going to sprinkle this over the top, and then I'm going to bake them. So I'll mix this up. And wait until my potatoes are done, and I'll spread this over the top. The cheese will go on last. So our potatoes cooked for 25 minutes. I set the timer to 30 minutes, but I checked at 25 minutes and poked the knife in. As you can see, look how easily that goes in there. Butter soft. That's when you know they're ready. So I let them dry, I strained them, let them dry. You don't want to mix oil and water together, so make sure they get all the water off. And now we'll prepare for our next step. I'll take a little bit of olive oil and coat these. And then I'll kind of mix them up a little bit. They're hot still, so I don't want to touch them too much, but just coat them so that when we put them on the baking sheet with the parchment paper, we don't have any problems with them sticking. And it shouldn't stick because we're using parchment paper, but the olive oil will actually give it a little bit of crispiness too. So there we go. So now that we have all of our potatoes smashed, we're going to put some of this garlic and butter and Italian parsley, just spread it over the top. I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of kosher salt over the top. I mean, what's potatoes without a little salt, right? So again, these are a really great, healthy alternative to French fries, although I love French fries. I try not to eat them all the time, but I do have a recipe for baked French fries. so I'll show you guys that one another time. My family loves them. But in this case, we're gonna try these smashed potatoes. I love Yukon Gold potatoes. They're super creamy. And this recipe is as easy as 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna now throw these in the oven at 450 degrees and then for about 20, 25 minutes. And then when they're baked for a while, we'll put some cheese over the top. All right, so these have been baking for 20 minutes now. They're brown around the edges, super soft. So now the finishing touches, we just put a little bit of cheese over the top. Now we're gonna put it back in the oven until the cheese melts and we're good to go. All right, so we have our potatoes out of the oven. We put some Parmesan cheese on the top at the end and put it on the broiler setting to get them nice and crispy on top. So as you can see, the cheese melted, crispy on the outside, soft and chewy on the inside. So let's try this. That's tasty. You can put a little salt on the top if you want, but I think they're good just like that. It's got a lot of flavor. Very tasty. That's delicious. Enjoy, guys.